And here he comes, out of surgery.
You know that the video here, you're posting it too? Like what she's been recording?
Yeah, it's all going on that blog site.
Oh, I gotta write this down. I want to check it out.
Yeah. Well, they took care of my goodies.
No more babies for Mike. It was a vasectomy, right, Mike?
Yeah, they snipped something, they said.
Yeah, we accidentally.
Don't worry.
What's that blog called?
It's Mike.
All right, Mike. So let me have you bend your knees,
Mike,
and then
Lift up
Mike
come
1225.
up towards the bed. Yeah, there you go. 225.
Dot word.
We're just gonna let this
press.
IV finish, then we'll take out the IV
right?
tubing.
Yeah,
We'll
dot
take it
com.
out, and then we'll. Do we have any sandwiches?
Let me check.
I have a lot of food for you in
Do
the
we have
car.
Oh,
We do. Go
perfect.
grab it. And while that
Yes.
runs in, you can eat.
Yes.
So Mike1225.wordpress.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, guys.
Please don't say anything bad about us.
Christy Chong.
Want me to get out of your way?
Driving.
I don't know.
Christy put in my
You should have switched name tags every way, so I didn't know who
Right.
Yeah.
I'm Olivia. Remember.
Yeah, of course.
Don't forget.
Hey, Mike,
Yo.
do you remember when we were younger and you tried to pick up Marsha, my wife?
Yeah, I did.
Payback's a bitch. I've been trying to pick up Charity the whole time you're out here.
How's that been going?
Not real well. Of course, she just found out you had a vasectomy, so.
Yeah.
Jeff's looking better all the time.
How was it, buddy?
You want to wheel me down a little bit so I can look in Jeff's face? Or just push the curtain back?
Push the curtain back, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna.
Hey, buddy. It was like, it was nothing, man. It was nothing.
You're not shitting me because it hurts, I'd like to know.
No, dude. Like, I'm not nearly medicated as you. You look high already.
They haven't given me nothing.
You've taken
Of course, I may be
something.
high on my own stuff.
Yeah. Like, literally nothing. And like, you don't even know they're in you. You don't even know. And they went up, and the only way you know is all of a sudden when they're at your ear, you can just hear a little bit. You hear a little bit of the wires touching.
To go up to your ear?
Yeah, they go all the way up through by your ear.
Mother.
And so that's how I knew the first one. I could hear it a little bit. And then they pulled out, and then went back up the other one. And it was blocked.
Why do you have another?
My,
Why do you have another Band-Aid there?
because my vein collapsed on the IV.
Is that so
That they
that's
gave me?
before you went in?
Yeah.
So you don't get more needles?
No.
Okay.
You get one little needle for freezing. It's a jab, but again, you don't really feel it because the alcohol reversed. But then this vein, jugular vein, was blocked.
I heard.
So they did a balloon in that one, and then pulled out, and then they did the one inside, and ripped it open, and then did the stent after on the other side.
Proud of you,
Couldn't
Mike.
feel that?
Sorry?
Couldn't feel that? The stamp?
No, the things you feel is when they go to rip the valve. When they rip that valve, that's when you feel it, but it's just kind of strong pressure and hurts for 4 or 5 seconds, and that's it. It's really.
You didn't scream?
Oh, it wasn't screaming.
Oh, it wasn't screaming
No, not at
material?
all. Not at all.
Oh, God.
Like, and I can feel where he did it still, just because the muscle's been ripped, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just taking a bit of time. It'll take time to heal that, but like, not a problem at all. I can't believe how easy it was. Yeah. So. Yeah. No.
Oh,
Went,
that's good.
went
That's
really good, but mine I can feel it. It was right here. I can still feel it.
I prayed hard for you.
Yeah. Well, I made it out. Made it through. So.
So since you're
Must
not
have
gonna
worked.
pray for me, I'm fucked. Is that what you said?
Essentially. No, I emailed them. I emailed my prayer.
Emailed your prayer?
Yeah, I did. You don't have his email address? God. You're obviously not that close if you don't have his email.
He doesn't share that.
Man, we're friends on Facebook. We poke each other back and forth. We, you know.
God doesn't share what's confidential on Facebook.
Oh no, we're the only. He's my only friend, and I'm his only friend.
Okay.
One on one.
I don't know what you had in here, but I hope I get the same shit.
Man, I am so sober. Completely. Like I'm not
You're
worried
not
at all.
drunk then? You don't feel drunk?
No, no, not at all.
Charity could drive carefully then. She was hoping you were loose so she could go all over the place.
No, I'm fine. Really, like I just can't believe how easy it was.
So you wouldn't describe the pain as a sharp knife in the back?
Not even close.
Oh, good.
Like the biggest pain that I felt. Well, both were the same actually. I just felt the same pain in my neck as I did in my chest when they did it, and it's just a uncomfortable like.
Pressure?
Trying to think how to, just pressure.
Oh,
For just like 5 seconds, and then he deflates it and it goes away, and that's it. It's nothing.
I still think the moment you have to die, I'm gonna start yelling for more.
The moment what?
I'm gonna start yelling for more.
When what?
The moment you have.
You only have 6 minutes
Jeff.
left on here. Do you want me to?
Yeah, maybe.
Found that his left jugular, although it looked normal, had very sluggish flow, and there was an abnormal valve that we ruptured with the balloon. And then his azygos also had the typical appearance where it got collapsed behind the heart, so we had to put a stent. Which was the problem area. Once we did that, then the flow in the jugular was normal. We didn't see the collateral anymore. So even though it looked normal by MRV and actually normal ventographically, it wasn't. And then the azygos, as we kind of suspected based off the MRV, was abnormal. Didn't really respond to the balloon, and that was kind of what I was explaining. The heart kind of presses against the spine, so even though we got it to open with the balloon, basically it just collapses back down. So once we put the stent in, then you had a nice flow channel in the azygos, and instead of all the blood should be coming up back to the heart. What was happening is you have this stenosis, say right about here. The blood flow below that would go backwards towards the feet, and then above it would go this way, right? So then once we put the stent in, the blood all went back up towards the heart. Okay?
Gotcha.
So you may have some back kind of chest, kind of it's described a lot of things, but just kind of a tightness or
for a bit.
an ache.
4 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said when you did the jugular, was it 10 mil balloon you guys used?
Yeah, your left jugular was very small.
Oh, small.
Yeah, it's probably the smallest one I've ever done, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably why it didn't look so abnormal, is it was just so small. It was kind of more of a cylinder. When you get the other one, like on your right side, it was kind of more flared,
Right.
Larger vessel, whereas this one was just basically a straight, pipe kind of.
Okay.
Describe it.
Small. But now the flow is high enough level.
Yeah, so you have normal flow, so when the blood comes down, it shoots straight down. Before, even though, like I said, even though it wasn't normal, when you would inject, what would happen is it would just kind of sit there, and then it would kind of spill over and go down the collaterals.
Okay.
Right, so it wasn't functioning normally. Even though it looked normally, it wasn't functioning normally.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Good. Great.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll see you Monday.
Yeah. You guys are in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think 3 or something.
I'm sure they give you the right time.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You bet.